Yeah, no, it doesn't work for me. What's up, everyone? Chris from PickDogs.com here with Ron and Brad on Thursday, January 23rd, 2025 for your morning show. We're showing up every single day, delivering some free pick winners for you guys. Ron with the bank shot breakdown, 5-0 second day in a row. Brad's crushing it, with the premiums and on our Instagram page as well. Guys, go make sure to check that out. We're doing all this content, daily videos, long form stuff. You even have the one-off jam session with Ron as well today. Actually, maybe not one-off. I think you might be taking over for Jay on that one. We'll see. But Ron, how's it going?
It's going good. Yeah, I was happy to pay homage to Mr. Briggs today with the jam session. Did not take the Mavericks though, so it wasn't a full Jay Briggs show. But yeah, I'm freezing cold here in Florida. It is a lot colder than we're used to. So I got my heat blowing. My face is all red. I'm still freezing cold in here in the house, and but we're red hot on the bank shot breakdown, 10 in a row.
What's the temperature?
It is, I think, 30. So nothing you're not used
to. I mean, I'm obviously in Vegas right now, but it was minus 25 when I was back home with the wind chill.
Wow, that is crazy.
So yeah, I'm like, our pipes froze. Like the water was not flowing. It's bad. So it's crazy. But Brad, how you doing?
Doing good, man. Can't complain. Dropped the pick of the day yesterday, so I'm looking for a bounce back. Today's slate, it's decent. The college basketball slate's not the prettiest on paper, but still a lot of opportunities to cash in. And yeah, I'm pumped to talk about the slate. I think this is my first time with Ron on the morning show, so should be interesting.
Yeah, it was. This is what Thursday college hoops cards are. You get the big conferences on, a little bit on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays where they take center stage, and then Thursday is sort of the more mid-major to low major conferences. But we still treat it all the same. The money is still the same color, just like it was last night. We were just talking about it before the morning show with that ridiculous finish to Ole Miss, Texas A&M. Texas A&M now 5 ranked wins on the season. I think it's tied a school record. I don't know if it was just a record in general. No, it couldn't have been a record in general. They play ranked teams all the time. It has to be a team record.
Yeah,
but yeah, Texas A&M's legit. I'm not saying Ole Miss isn't, but that was a bad loss to take last night. And SGA dropping 54. It was a big night last night. So, any takeaways you guys had from last night?
I was personally on the Cavs, and I don't know if you saw those Garland free throws. Oh. I mean, bro. And what pissed me off the most is he would miss one and then just laugh. I'm like, dude, I understand the Cavs are nasty this season. They have a great record, but I can't have you laughing in these moments. So that hurt.
He's point shaving. He's doing his best Eastern Michigan impression.
Brutal. Yeah. I mean, Garland definitely had who was it? Yeah, he had the Rockets money line for sure in that one. So brutal.
You know what? It was. I came back and I was like, I saw Cleveland had like a 21-4 run to start the fourth quarter, and I'm like, holy shit, Cleveland might actually pull this off. And then I forgot about the game, and I'm like, I kind of, you do that thing where you just kind of set it and forget it, and you just like go sit down, and you just forget about the game, and then I see it roll across the ticker at the bottom that Houston won that game. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. But it is what it is. But
it is what it is.
Ron, what about you? Anything to take away from yesterday?
Well, I will say the Miami Hurricanes they've reached a new low in college hoops. I mean, just terrible. I mean, I had them plus the points. It's you look at the spot there. I mean, Stanford's coming off the 1-point upset win over UNC. Miami's on their losing streak, both straight up and against the spread. It's a spot I have to take. It's just, and I bet I'll be on Miami again. But man, that team looks lost. I got to do it. I can't. It's when you, as much as I don't want to, man, it's just terrible. But oh well.
Do you think the quit factor is in full effect for Miami?
I don't know. It's tough. The coach keeps insisting that they're not giving up. It's just they're not getting the results they want. But when you see a final score like that and how lopsided it was right out of the gate, it's tough not to think they're probably, the motivation is definitely an issue. But you would have thought, going on a West Coast trip like that would be exactly what you would need for a team that's facing a lot of adversity. But it didn't do the trick yesterday, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was. I agree that I that's why I didn't pull the trigger on Stanford, was because at the last second, because I had Stanford written down, and then I crossed off. So I'm like, you know what, it's potentially a letdown spot after that big win at North Carolina and all that, but it's just I was sitting there kicking myself because I'm like, you know what, Miami's just terrible defensively. They can't stop anything right now, and I'm thinking that the lines may get out of hand in terms of fading Miami, like. I think Duke still has another game against Miami later this season, and it would not surprise me if that line was 30 plus. Yeah, so I think we're maybe going to get to the point where instead of looking at laying big numbers, we might just have to look at team totals against Miami and just take team total overs just to, because they're going to give up points. It's just a matter of if they're going to get covers on the other side. But yeah, Miami's awful. But there were some crazy things last night. I mean, St. John's getting the cover in overtime. What else was there? Let me pull up the results from yesterday, because it was just like there were a lot of crazy games. Oh, Florida not getting a lead until the final seconds against South Carolina. There were a couple games like that. The Texas A&M game was like that. The Florida game was like that, where the team that won didn't have a lead until the final possession of the game. Georgia fell apart. Arkansas is still terrible, even though they got the win. Georgia fell apart in that game. It was just a day for some upsets and some interesting results. And I think yesterday was a good day where we kind of learned about some teams, and if they're going to be able to keep success sustained going forward, or if they're going to just be a flash in the pan. And Nebraska's bad too. Nebraska fell apart at home against USC. So I still think Big Ten home court is a thing, but maybe not as much. We'll have to see. But
yeah, cool question for Ron. How do you feel about the Gators at this point? I mean, they had that hot start. We've seen them be a little bit shaky in the last couple games. You still think they are who we thought they were?
Yeah, I think anytime you can pick up a conference road win, no matter who, especially in this conference, it's a big win. And I'm happy with my ticket with Florida that I put in at the beginning of the season on national championship. I think their defense still needs a lot of work, but I think it's been definitely improved in conference play. So I think Florida is definitely going to be in the running.
I know Ron and I talked about it before. There is like the last few years where like a team that's in the KenPom top blank of offensive and defensive efficiency win the national title, in like a bunch, like over the last 20 years, they've won it like 70% of the time or more. And right now, Florida is 5th in offensive efficiency, 17th in defense efficiency. So
that would do the trick.
Yeah, that's wrong.
I'm trying to see if there's many other teams that are kind of like that. Let's see here.
Alabama's defense could use some work.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're top 50, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Duke is 4th in offense, 2nd in defense. Florida 5th and 17th. Iowa State 10th and 6th. Houston 13th and 1st. Auburn 1st and 19th. So there's still a few teams that sort of meet that quota, where if that's going to be a thing once again. But all right, what do you guys get into some action? We got some early college hoops. We got a couple games that have been moved around. Texas State, Louisiana, I believe, got postponed.
Really?
Supposed to do the video for that game, and it got postponed. At least that's what I read. It got moved to Monday. But what we're going to do is just we're going to cover the time slots here, highlight the big games, and if we see anything else in between, can bring it up. But we've got. Let me go to my schedule here. So starting at 1:00 Eastern, we have this matchup between Coastal Carolina and Georgia Southern. Got Hampton, William and Mary, Maine, UMass Lowell. Those are sort of the island games. And then into the 7 o'clock slot, we've got Lipscomb, North Alabama, Samford, Chattanooga, UNC Wilmington and Charleston, Wichita State, Memphis. We've got, let's see here. I'm just trying to pick out some of the big games. Western Kentucky, Louisiana Tech, Delaware, Hofstra, and then a bunch of ASUN and Coastal Conference matchups. But Ron, anything you like here?
Yeah, I'm going to take Wichita State plus the points against Memphis. I think Wichita State's a lot better than what we've seen recently. We've seen Memphis in these, big favorite spots. I mean, we saw against Arkansas State lose outright. I don't love laying this many points with the Tigers. We even saw against Charlotte where they were up big, and then the lead just fell apart at the end of the game, and Charlotte found the cover late. So I think Wichita State covers the number in that one. I also like North Alabama plus the points against Lipscomb. I think those are the two best teams in the ASUN right now, but I think North Alabama's played the much tougher schedule in conference play. Lipscomb's kind of benefited from playing some of the weaker teams in the ASUN. So I think the Lions take that game outright. And let's see. I also I would lean towards UMass Lowell. I think Maine, another one of those teams that has kind of benefited from a pretty weak schedule in conference play. I don't love laying a ton of points with UMass Lowell, but for me, this price is right. I think it's reasonable enough to lay the points.
Brad, what do you like here?
Yeah, I'll take a shot with Marshall laying the points against Georgia State. I mean, there's a reason why Marshall, who's only won one road game this season, is laying this many points. Georgia State's incompetent. I mean, I've watched this team before. It was not pretty. They rank in the bottom 100th in both defensive and offensive efficiency. And, we've seen this team get boat raced multiple times this season at home. So I can see it happening again. Give me Marshall there. And then Manhattan, Fairfield. I actually like the over in this one. Fairfield's bad. They're coming off a game where they were 10-point favorites against Canisius. They were at home in that game, lost that one by 11, and Canisius put up damn near 80 points in that one. Manhattan has one of the worst defenses in the country. They ranked 348th in adjusted efficiency, so neither of these squads could stop a nosebleed. I could see both teams getting close to the 80s in this one. So, yeah, give me over in Manhattan, Fairfield.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with Chattanooga here against Samford at home. Samford, the rep out of the SoCon last year in the NCAA tournament. Buckyball, still a big deal in the SoCon as well. It's why Samford's going to have as much success as they will. But the focus for Samford actually is on their defense. And Chattanooga is the most efficient offense in the SoCon this season. They're at home. And I think this is a big matchup for Chattanooga to put themselves in the running at the top of the SoCon as well, alongside Samford and UNC Wilmington. So I think it's going to be a solid matchup. I do lean towards Chattanooga to get the win there. I'm also going to go with the over in North Florida and Queens. Neither one of these teams play a lick of defense. And this, to me, has 180 points written all over it. Something like 94, 88, something like that, where there is just absolutely no defense played in a track meet. I think that we got the over brewing between the Osprey and the Royals. And I think that's all for me in this early window. So we'll move on to the 7:30 to 8:30 time slot. Small slate here, but I wanted to leave the 9 to 11 p.m. games for its own sort of segment, because that's where pretty much the bulk of the big matchups are. 4:30 to 7:30 to 8:30 Eastern. We got Middle Tennessee, Sam Houston, Austin P, Central Arkansas, St. Thomas, Omaha, Seattle, Arlington. Got South Dakota State, Kansas City, South Dakota, North Dakota, Tarleton, Abilene Christian, Denver at Oral Roberts, Grand Canyon, Southern Utah, Southeast Missouri State, Lindenwood, Tennessee Tech, Tennessee State, Little Rock, Western Illinois, and Southern Indiana and SIU, Edwardsville. Brad, what do you like here?
Yeah, for this slot, give me Austin P minus 1.5. Look, Austin P has been horrible ATS this season, but with a spread this low, basically we just need a win to get the job done. They're much more talented than Central Arkansas. Central Arkansas is one of the worst teams in D1 basketball. So I'll take a shot with Austin P laying the short number.
Yeah, I'm going to take Lindenwood here against Southeast Missouri State. Lindenwood just plays their best basketball at home. I think their 2-4 conference record a little bit misleading. This is a Lindenwood team that is 0-4 on the road in conference play, but 2-0 at home. They're 7-2 straight up at home this season. I think this is a good spot for them to get a win at home, take out Southeast Missouri State. And I'm going to go with the over in South Dakota, North Dakota. For the most part this season, Summit League overs have been a money machine. These are the two teams that play the least amount of defense in the conference. South Dakota, especially on the road, where they give up 90 points or more, in almost every road game. North Dakota doesn't play defense to begin with, so for me, that could easily be another, 90-plus game on both sides. So give me the over between South Dakota and North Dakota. Ron?
I'm going to go Abilene Christian. I think they stopped the bleeding. It's been a pretty brutal start to conference play, and overall 5-10 against the spread. But while these teams are kind of similar in the way that they force a lot of turnovers, take a lot of fouls, have some issues offensively, I do think Abilene Christian is the better team playing at home. I'll lay the points there. And actually, the line has dropped since it opened, so now I could say you can find some 3.5s, maybe some 3s out there. I would shop those numbers. I like Abilene Christian to win by almost double digits in that one. I think Grand Canyon gets the blowout win. It's been tough sledding for the Antelopes against the spread. And even straight up, I think they've been underwhelming this year, but they're starting to play their best basketball this season. I think Southern Utah is one of the weaker teams in that conference. So I'm going to lay the points with GCU.
All right, we'll move on to the final time slot. Like I said, this is where the bulk of the big games are for today's card. We've got Maryland, Illinois, San Francisco, St. Mary's, App State, Arkansas State, got Pepperdine, Oregon State, UC Irvine, UC Riverside, San Diego, Portland, Loyola Marymount Pacific, UC Santa Barbara, UC San Diego. And to close things out at 11 Eastern, Washington State, Santa Clara. There's a bunch of games sort of in the middle there. For me, I'm going to start by going with San Francisco plus the 10 against St. Mary's. I know St. Mary's has been dominant this season, but what we've seen is that the Gales are playing well against the bottom tier of, the West Coast Conference teams like Pacific, Pepperdine, Portland, San Diego, teams that they normally beat by those wide margins. But the road team in this matchup has covered each of the last 4 meetings between the two. San Francisco went to St. Mary's last year and kept it close. I want to see how St. Mary's does in their first sort of real step up in competition in conference play. I think San Francisco can hang around here, especially now that it's hit double digits. So give me the Dons plus the points in that one. And I'm going to take the over in Washington State, Santa Clara. I just think another game where we see a track meet here. Lots of points in this game. In the end, I do think Santa Clara pulls away because I do think Washington State's injuries, prove to be a factor here. But Santa Clara is still a really solid team at home. So give me Santa Clara and give me the over to close out the card. Ron, what do you like here?
Yeah, I think the late games, I think it's the best part of the card. I actually have 3 premium plays in this nightcap. But in this one, I'm going to take UC San Diego. I think this team is really dangerous, not just in the conference, which I think it'll win the conference, but I think it's going to be a Cinderella in the NCAA tournament. If somehow they lose the conference tournament, which we see sometimes with these mid-major teams, I think they're going to be a favorite to win the NIT, and I like their chances to win this one and bounce back after their loss to UC Riverside. So I'll lay the points with UC San Diego, and I would lean towards Bakersfield as well against Cal State Fullerton.
All right, Brad, what do you like?
Yeah, for this slot, I'm with you, Chris. Give me the Dons plus 10.5. I mean, St. Mary's, yeah, you're on a nice cover streak, but let's see you do it against a team that's somewhat competent. I mean, we saw St. Mary's struggle to cover these large spreads earlier this season against teams that were somewhat decent. So I think St. Mary's will go back there to their non-covering ways in this one. Give me the Dons, and then last game of the night, Utah Valley versus Cal Baptist. Give me Utah Valley, man. This team's been a moneymaker this season. They've won and covered in 8 straight, whereas Cal Baptist is 1-6 ATS in their last 7. They did get a nice winning cover in their last game, but that was against Abilene Christian, who Ron mentioned earlier it's been a rough season for the Abilene Christian guys. So I'll roll with the hot hand in this one. Give me Utah Valley. Just take them on the money line. Leave the points.
All right, move on to the NHL 11-game card today. And decent. We got we'll go through just the whole thing. And if you guys have anything, just shout it out. Carolina hosting Columbus. We got the Bruins hosting the Senators. Montreal at Detroit. The Canadiens at the Red Wings. We got the Flyers at MSG taking on the Rangers. Golden Knights paying a visit to the St. Louis Blues. The Utah Hockey Club in Minnesota to take on the Wild. We got the Buffalo Sabres in Calgary to take on the Flames. The Vancouver Canucks and Edmonton Oilers in a rematch at Rogers Place in Edmonton. We got the Penguins taking on the Ducks. We got the Capitals taking on the Kraken at Climate Pledge Arena. And to round things out, another rematch from Monday. Oh boy, the Predators and the Sharks. Ron, what do you like here?
Not too much. I'm not too big into hockey, but I would lean towards the Rangers. It's been very disappointing is an understatement for the Rangers. They're actually now there's plus money on them to make the playoffs if you bet them right now, which is crazy to think with how well they were in the regular season last year. But I think these are the games that are absolute must-wins if they look to get back in that playoff race in the Eastern Conference. I think they're the much better team in this one, playing at home. So, yes, it's a little juicy, minus 150, minus 145, but I'm going to take the Rangers on the money line.
Yeah,
Brad,
give me
like
Carolina Columbus. Give me Carolina on the puck line. It's actually a betting tools pick I saw this morning. Columbus has failed to cover the puck line in their last 11 games on the back end of a back-to-back. Carolina has been so dominant at home this season, 18-5 straight up in Carolina. Carolina with a couple nights of rest should be a good spot for them to get a sizable win. And we got to do it, man. Sharks money line. We have to do it. It must be done. The Sharks, they had them on the ropes. They're up 5-1. Somehow lost that game by 2, which is crazy. But come on, Sharks. Make it right. Get your revenge here. Give me the Sharks on the money line.
Sharks doing shark things.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's what San Jose hockey has become.
Yeah,
a walking punchline. Give me the over in that game, San Jose and Nashville. I think again, I was on the over in that one. We hit it in the second period. If it's a blowout, probably going to hit the over. If it's a competitive game, probably going to hit the over. San Jose, they've given up a combined 21 goals on their 4-game losing streak. Nashville starting to play like the team that we expected to see coming into the season, and that team that was not living up to the expectations with all the free agent signings that they made. So give me the over, and I lean towards Nashville in the puck line. Give me the under in Vancouver, Edmonton. Vancouver struggling to score. Edmonton really missing Connor McDavid here. We just saw these two teams play a couple days ago and finish 3-2. Another 3-2 game wouldn't surprise me, so I would maybe sprinkle something on the correct score of 3-2 on both sides. So give me the under in that one. And I'm going to lean towards the Blue Jackets. I don't know. Plus 300, even plus money on the plus 1.5. Carolina. The thing is just Carolina, I get Brad's point. That's a solid find on the betting tools. The thing for me is just that I'd have a hard time trusting the Carolina Hurricanes. I'm going to say Carolina Panthers. Carolina Hurricanes, they've won 3 straight 1-goal games and played in 1-goal games in 4 of their last 5, including a road win over Chicago and a loss at home to Anaheim. Columbus, their team's only won 7 of 27 road games this season, but plus 300, maybe worth a sprinkle. I mean, they've won they've won 2 of their last 2 of the 3 meetings this season, and I think they could potentially steal one here. So maybe worth a sprinkle if you want a big underdog on today's NHL card. But all right, move on to the NBA. Got Ron's jam session today. If you want to, make sure you check that out. But we're still going to break the card down here. We're going to break them down 3 by 3. So first slot, we got the Pacers and the Spurs from Paris. We got the Magic and the Trailblazers and the Heat and the Bucks. Brad, what do you like here?
Yeah, so I actually did the video on Pacers Spurs, and I didn't mention that game was in Paris, and I got roasted in the comments, and it's well deserved. It's well deserved. I'll be better, guys. But give me the Pacers here still. My pick remains the same. Look, I mean, some people are saying this is going to be a home game for the Spurs, and yes, there's going to be a lot of Spurs fans there, but I mean, both these teams had to travel to Paris in this one, and I mean, simply both these teams are headed in different directions. Spurs 3-7 in their last 10. Pacers are 8-2 straight up and ATS in their last 10. I think they're the better all-around team. I think they could cover this short number here. So give me the Pacers there. And then Portland, Orlando, man, my Magic have been killing me. I'm taking a break from this team until they get healthy. Like, we look at the injury report, Goga, Suggs, both Wagner bros. Isaac and Anthony are dealing with illnesses as well. This team just doesn't have the depth right now, and you're going to give me 8 points with this Portland team that's been covering these spreads all season long. They're coming off a couple nice wins. I think they're able to keep it somewhat close. And then the third one's Miami Bucks, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Give me the Bucks here. I just don't like this drama going on in the Miami's locker room with Jimmy Butler. I've been fading the hell out of this team, and I've been cashing in. You know, the Bucks, on the other hand, they're on fire. They've won 4 straight, all by large margins. So I don't see why they do the same in this spot against Miami.
Yeah, I think I'm on board with a couple. I like the Bucks against the Heat. I'm not necessarily just buying it based on the Jimmy Butler drama, because apparently this team doesn't like him to begin with. So it's just like, I think they're ready to move on from it. It is a distraction, but I think the bigger concern for me is that Tyler Hero could be dealing with an injury here, and that's a big deal for the Miami Heat to begin with. The Bucks have been crushing teams at home, and just overall during this win streak that they're on, they've won 4 in a row, 7 of 8. 6 of those wins have been by double digits. So give me the Heat laying the points there. Give me the Blazers plus the points as well. Even if the Magic were to pull it out here, this is still a team that's now back to relying on playing defense. Paolo Banchero came back into the lineup, and instead of the guys that were stepping up in Banchero's absence, adding to Banchero, they're just like, oh, okay, Paolo's back. We can let him take over. They just kind of took a step back. So I think that the Blazers could be competitive. They have been in the past. I think they can be competitive here. Let's give me the Blazers plus the 9. And I'm going to take the Pacers as well in a lean. I just wonder if there's been a little bit too much love given to this Wemby and Paris narrative that he's going to show up at home. So lean towards the Pacers for me there. Ron, what do you like?
I'm going against you guys through and through. Give me the Spurs, give me the Heat, and give me the Magic. I just think I think Wemby goes off in France. I think the Magic, it's pretty telling that you're on a 4-game straight up and against the spread losing streak up against a team that's on a back-to-back outright upset wins, and you're still an 8-point favorite in that one. I think the Magic get their get-right win and cover, and I think the Heat keep it close. I think Jimmy being out of the lineup is actually a good thing for Miami at this point. He has been a distraction, but I think it's next man up for a Heat team that plays fundamentally sound, well-coached basketball, and I don't want to lay that many points with the Bucks right now, so give me the Heat.
All right, move on to the next time slot. We've got the Raptors taking on the Hawks on Hawk Romanelli Thursday. I don't know. Doesn't roll off the tongue as well. The Thunder and the Mavericks, and the Nuggets and the Kings. Only one I like here is the Denver Nuggets. To be honest, I know the Sacramento Kings have been on a roll lately. They got a big win last night on a back-to-back, though. Now taking on a Denver team that plays their best basketball at home. I just don't think it's a great spot for Sacramento. Just an emotional letdown after having to rally from such a big deficit, 18 points to come back to beat the other Golden State Warriors. I'll take the Denver Nuggets at home, and that one's the only one I like there. Ron, what do you like?
As Jay would say, the Nuggets go stupid, dummy, crazy at home. I think they take the Kings behind the woodshed. Give me Denver laying the points.
Yep, make it 3. Give me Denver as well. Like Bruce said, I mean, that Kings game last night was wild. Those boys had to battle back, get a good win there. And Nuggets are hot. I mean, they've won 8 of their last 10. Kings have been playing well lately, but I just don't like the spot for them. Traveling to elevation. Nuggets should get the job done there. And then, yeah, this slot, don't love this slot, but let's see. Bulls, Warriors. I kind of lean the Bulls. I mean, last night the Bulls I think were like plus 3.5. Now it's down to 1.5. So basically, we're counting on the Bulls to get a win here to cash in. So I don't love it, but I still lean that way. Golden State, like we just talked about, just played a brutal game last night. So I'll take my chances with the well-rested Bulls team. And then let's see, what was the third one? Dallas, OKC. Give me OKC. I always say that I'm not in the business of fading the Thunder. Both these teams are on the back end of a back-to-back, but OKC had to play the Jazz last night and were able to stay in OKC, whereas the Mavs played a hard-fought game against Minnesota, only lost by a point. Now they have to travel to OKC. So it's a lot of points. Don't get me wrong, but this Dallas team's banged up. And like I said, man, the Thunder just not in the business of fading them boys. So I'll lay it with the Thunder here.
All right, and move on to the final time slot. Thought we'd be able to go a little bit longer today, but we're mowing right through it. All right, we got the Bulls and the Warriors. We got the Celtics and the Lakers, and we close it out with the matchup between the Clippers and the Washington Wizards. Ron, what do you like?
Yeah, from a betting perspective, I think these are the three toughest games, honestly. So I'll be treading lightly, but I will take a lean with the Bulls. It's just a game where, for me, it's kind of a coin flip type of game. I'd rather be on the plus money. And, I don't want to lay odds or lay points with the Warriors right now in their current state. So I'll take a lean with the Bulls plus money on the money line.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the Lakers here plus the 5. I like the direction that the Lakers are heading in terms of injury. It looks like AD and LeBron are going to play here. They're probable. We know the angle with the Celtics off of a win now, 6-23-1 against the spread after a win. So I think I did mean the Heat, the Bucks. If I said the Heat, that's my bad. I meant the Bucks laying the points. Sorry. Yeah, I'm taking the Lakers here plus the 5 against the Celtics. Boy. Yeah, I lean towards the Clippers, but yeah, like Ron said, this is probably the toughest grouping of NBA games today of the 3. So give me the Lakers there. Brad, what do you like?
Yeah, I already gave my Bulls pick.
My bad. Sorry, you did. Sorry.
No, you're good. I didn't cover the last 2 though. So I will I'm going to take a shot with the Clippers as well. I said in the beginning of this Washington road trip, this is their 4th road game out of this 6-game West Coast road trip. And I said I'm going to fade them in every single game. So far, I'm 2-1. So even though this is an awful spot for the Clippers after playing a game against Boston last night, I'm sticking to the system. I wish Zubac was playing in this one because, the Wizards' issue is just they have no presence in the paint, and I think he would dominate. But either way, I think LA should get the job done here.
All righty. Ron, what do you got for sale today over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I've got my NBA play of the day. Got the jam session on there, so I got my NBA play of the day. And I also have my top play in college basketball and a 3-pack in college hoops coming off a winning night in college basketball and having a great season overall, both in NBA and college hoops action.
Brad, what do you got for sale?
Yep, I got my NBA pick of the day. Dropped it yesterday. I was angry about that one. Darius Garland, you're on my naughty list for a little bit here, but yeah, I'm super confident in my pick of the day today. So we're gonna bounce back there. And if you're looking for all my picks today, I do have a 3-pack, my 2 best NBA plays and my best college basketball play. So go to Pick Dogs Premium. You'll see all the plays there.
All right. Yeah, for me today, I have a college hoops play of the day. I got my NBA money ball and 5-pack from college hoops and NBA. There's going to be a couple NBA plays on there for long-term subscribers, as well as a couple of NHL plays on the back end as well. Hit 3 straight of the play of the day, going for 4 in a row here. Didn't have the best day with the college hoops yesterday, but that's fine. We come back and we're going to get it stronger today. So let's make some money. And remember, use that promo code PICK at checkout for 15% off your purchase. You can pair any of us up. You can put all of us together in a multi-capper promotion. Go 3 for 1. Get some of the best action on the board today. But all right. 34 minutes. These shows have been a little bit quicker, but I like to call them direct. We get to get everybody their winners, get them in and out. So without further ado, it's that part of the show. Parlay. I'm toned deaf.
I'm back, Rick.
Yeah, I've been practicing. I was standing in front of the mirror for about half an hour before the show trying to practice that. Ron, what do you like today?
And then telling yourself why home field advantage is a bad
Would
thing in
you
the college.
shut up with that? God damn.
Yeah, I don't know, Chris. That is a crazy statement.
Look, yeah, we're not going to go into it. Ron told me he would.
What did I tell you?
Right. You told me you would disown me if I brought that up again. So
Yeah. Well, for me in the NBA, let's do a parlay. I got the Magic, the Nuggets, and let's throw in the Miami Heat, all plus the points or all against the spread.
Brad, what do you like today?
Yeah, since Jay isn't on the show, I'm gonna do one of these crazy 2-leg underdog money line parlays. Give me San Francisco money line, and then we're doing it again. Give me the Sharks money line.
For my parlay, I'm going to go Chattanooga money line. I'm going to go the over in North Florida, Queens, and the over in South Dakota, North Dakota. All right. Anything else for you guys today?
Chris, are we up or down for your Vegas trip so far?
Up.
You're up. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So far,
What
so
have you
good.
been playing?
Sportsbook mostly, but I play this game at the Cosmo called I Love Suits.
Oh, I love suits. Yeah.
When we go to Vegas, when we do the March Madness thing and we do the casino crawl, I'm gonna have to take Ron to play I Love Suits. It's basically you're dealt 7 cards face down, you and the dealer. You got to come up with the highest card, like the highest amount of cards in a flush. And it's a minimum 3-card flush. And you have to beat either the amount of cards that the dealer has, or if you have the same amount, it's high card. So it was fun.
Yeah.
Mitch and I had fun when we were doing it. It was, I think he got up to about $200 and then he lost it all in about 3 hands.
Yeah, that can happen on those table
games.
games.
I was killing time, and I got from $50 up to 200, and I walked away. I was like, I'm not suffering the same fate. So, but there are still about 4 days left for me here, so that being up could change in a hurry. We'll see.
Yeah, keep us updated.
And before we go, I have to answer one question. I plead the 5th.
Yeah, we better not see you in those strip clubs, Chris.
Oh gosh, I don't want to see that.
You got games to cover,
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
No face, no case. Anyways. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in every single day. Make sure, again, check out all the videos that we have. We're going to have tons of content today. We're going to have a massive college hoops card on Saturday, videos covering a lot of those big games. Make sure you check out Ron's Bank Shop Breakdown as well as the jam session today. Follow us on Instagram. Brad's killing the game with the Instagram. Got it back up and running at Pick Dogs. So make sure that you guys check that out. I got the wrap round up today, so we're going into a full swing today. So make sure that you guys go and check that out. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. I think Jay said he was going to be back, but I told him not to rush it. It'll be me and Costi for sure. And he might have to go do his new show, same channel shtick. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, thank you guys. We'll see you guys soon.